Thank you for your patience, everyone. Does everyone know what a compass is? Has everyone used a compass? They're probably one of the most important tools for navigation. The reason being is they make it easy for us to take the right path towards our destination. Now, I want you to think about life. See, life is made up of days, and days are made up of moments, and moments are made up of decisions. And you see, we can become overwhelmed in our decisions every day. Which path do we take? What decision do we make? Where do we go to next? Wouldn't it be really cool to have a device that helps us navigate that next step? Well, I want to suggest that we do. And that device is our values. It's our beliefs. It's what we stand for. What's important to us. Because when we know that, it becomes a compass for us to choose the right and the best decision to move forward. So you're probably wondering, why am I telling you this, and what has this got to do with history? Well, I want to share a story about a man who lived with great, strong values. He used those values as a compass, even amidst adversity. And because of those decisions that he made, he now has a legacy that is now living 200 years or more after his death and inspiring his people today. The man I'm talking about is Crazy Horse. Crazy Horse was a Lakota Sioux Indian born in Rapid City in South Dakota around the 1840s. Now, he was a great leader, and at a very young age, he meditated with the Great Spirit, his compass. Like all Indians, their connection to the Great Spirit determines who they are as people. At 7 years of age, he went on a vision quest, which is unheard of for a 7-year-old. And on that vision quest, he discovered that he would become a great warrior. He would never be killed or injured in battle. But what he also learned on that vision quest was that the devastation of his people would come. Now, he was very different to the rest of the people in his tribe because he would not bow down to politics or customs purely just because they were there. You see, he didn't believe in markings or initiation ceremonies because he believed everyone had a choice. He didn't believe that you should have more than 4 horses. He believed that you should share what you don't need with those who don't have, because he believed in fairness. He also didn't believe in tribalism. He thought it was important for people to share their knowledge with other tribes. This would help everybody. Now, he would become a great war tactician of his time, but he did not like war and wanted to avoid war at all costs. So what I'm trying to do is paint a picture of somebody who really lived with very strong values, despite what was around him. When white men came to their land in around the 1850s, he could see that conflict would ensue because they had different values. And one of the things that he learned very quickly from white men was they lied. You see, they would say one thing and then they would do another. And he knew this would be a problem when it came to negotiations. When General Custer brought white men to the Black Hills to mine for gold, it just drove him crazy. He could not understand why you would destroy this beautiful world, this beautiful land where you were in harmony with everything, to dig it up for just a piece of stone. And then when white men started to kill the buffalo, he knew that they were destroying their food source, which meant that they would have to rely on them for food. And they did. And they also relied on them for alcohol. And Crazy Horse saw what that meant for his people. It meant that they no longer had a connection with Great Spirit. They no longer had a connection with their compass. So he knew it was enough. Time was up. So he gathered his people around and he said to them, amidst more battles, more bullets, and more lies, we must stand up for what we believe. People must know the Indian people for the spiritual values that they hold. People must know our culture, and it must live longer than just this piece of stone. So he gathered 7,000 Indians, the greatest number ever gathered before. And he led them in a battle that would be known as the Battle of Bighorn in 1876. The Indians won that battle. But the humiliating defeat for the white man guaranteed the destruction of the Indian people. He knew that. He knew that would happen. Now, he also knew that they lied. I'd already expressed that, and he knew that as well. But he still agreed to peace talks. And after leaving the peace talks, he was stabbed. He eventually died in the arms of his father. And he looked up to his father and he said, "Please tell my people that I have done everything that I can. I can't help them anymore." So we see this man that lived with these strong values, that he did that for his people and because it was the right thing to do. He left behind a legacy because of the decisions that he made, a legacy that is reviving the Indian spirit today. Like so many other indigenous cultures around the world, we are all looking to them for inspiration on how we should all be living together as one. So inspired by his legacy, in 1945 began the construction of a statue to Crazy Horse in the side of a mountain. It will take another 50 years for this statue to be completed. And when it is, it will be 10 times larger than the statue of the 4 presidents at Mount Rushmore, 25 kilometers away. So inspired were his people that this is the legacy he leaves behind. So today I wanted to share with you the importance of our values as a compass through the eyes and the life of Crazy Horse. You see, sometimes life can feel really difficult. What choice do we make? What do we do? And that's where our compass of values comes in. I ask you this. Do you live in a life where you struggle to make decisions, where you don't know what to do next? Are you like an explorer at sea without a compass? Or do you have strong values that guide you towards the journey that you're having here? I'll let you ponder that. And I'll let you ponder this as well. Think of it like this. They say that our values are like fingerprints. We leave them on everything we touch. So let's be inspired by someone like Crazy Horse and leave a legacy behind that we're proud of. Thank you.